Hello, everyone. Welcome to Christopher's Entertainment Blog. I am your host, Chris. Welcome back to a new episode of The Arrow. This is season 3, episode 16, entitled The Offer. A long 3-week break, guys. A little bit, I think, unnecessary, but a break nonetheless. But it's glad to have Arrow back on the TV. And this episode, I thought was, for me personally, I thought the episode was okay. I didn't think it was a great, spectacular episode. I thought it was okay. It was crammed. I mean, this episode was crammed with stuff in it. And it just got a little bit jumbled, I think. But overall, I thought it was okay. And but we get to see in this episode Ra's al Ghul making the offer to Oliver. I want you to take over my role as Ra's al Ghul. I'm going to let everyone go as a gesture of good faith and blah, 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 blah. You can leave. You can leave. It's okay. But in reality, it's like, you better take this offer or we're going to wage war on you, bro. So, yeah, that's, and Oliver's contemplating throughout this whole episode, should I be the new Ra's al Ghul? It's like, he's like, I can do so much more as, Ra's al Ghul than I'm right now as the Arrow. Because, I mean, what have we accomplished? All these dudes that we put away, they're out. The city's turning on me. People are turning on me. And it's just, he's fed up, and he needs help from everyone. Diggle, Felicity, she reminds him, she sets him right at the end of who he is and what he started out. And, he started out to save the city from his father's mistakes. And he's a symbol for the city, And everyone is actually counting on him to be there. So she sets him right, even though he was really contemplating becoming the new Ra's al Ghul. We also see in this episode, Thea kind of moaning and bitching about Merlin still being alive. Kind of annoying. I mean, she's going back to her season 1 or season 2 days of just crying and moaning and being whiny. I mean, I don't understand that. I don't understand it. I mean, she was starting to get better. I mean, she was training. She was becoming a badass. She was starting to mature a lot. And now it's just like, I want to die. I want you to kill me. And why is he still alive? I want you to kill him. And saying to Nyssa, I want you to kill me. And really, I mean, I don't know. It's just weird and bitchy. I don't know. I did not like her in this episode very much. I hope they go away from that. But now we see that she's going to get back in with Roy. So there's that. I mean, Roy was good in this. I'm starting to like Roy more. I'm starting to like him more and more. He's starting to mature. He's not as like useless. Like in that, what season was that? Was it 2? Yeah, I believe it was 2. Yeah, last year. He was, it didn't really work. He was just like he was kind of useless, and he was crying and moaning and bitching about stuff. But now he's on board. He's a pretty solid character now. I mean, he's side by side with Oliver, and it seems to work now. And I like him. He's pretty good. Thea was getting there, and now she's done a complete 360. She's went back to, or 180, I should say. She's done a complete 180. She's went back to the whiny version, which I hope they go away from that. But yeah, we also see Laurel. We see Laurel. I was blanking on her name for a second. We see Laurel in this episode. At the end, it looks like she's going to be buddy-buddy now with Nyssa. Now that Nyssa has been ousted from the League of Assassins because she was pissed that her father offered the crown, to Oliver and not her. She's blood. She's the true heir in her eyes. So, and Oliver's an outsider, and she didn't like that. So now she's going to try to get him a little bit, maybe. I don't know. But she's going to be like buddy now with Laurel. I guess she's going to train her, which is kind of strange. And seeing Nyssa like in casual clothes, it was kind of strange too. But hey, I mean, if they can train Laurel and make it seem believable, then fine. Because right now, I think it's kind of ridiculous that she's out there and she's trying to fight, and I don't know, it's just weird. I don't think it really works all that well. So yeah, there's that. I mean, I really, hope that they can turn her around like they did with Roy and what they were doing with Thea. And now they've, changed it back again. But I hope that they fix the Laurel situation and make it more believable that she's actually a badass instead of just like some woman that shouldn't really know anything out there fighting. It just doesn't make any sense. This episode was just crammed with everything. I mean, we have the flashbacks. The flashbacks, I think, were kind of weak. Unfortunately, there wasn't much going on with the flashbacks. We see the son. I forget his name. The son of the Yamashiro's son. I always forget his name. But anyway, Oliver, is like, we've seen 3 weeks ago the setup to this. And now it's just like, we forgot basically what happened 3 weeks ago. And it just seems out of place that now Oliver's walking around with this kid, and, it was like, what are they doing? Where are they going? It's just, it was really weak. But then, all of a sudden, he runs into Shadow. And I was like, what? What? Whoa. I mean, that shocked me. I was like, wait a minute. Why is she there? She died on the island. We seen her die. She was like shot. I mean, and what was the whole thing with Slade? He believes she's dead. He never mentioned, oh, well, I seen Shadow in Hong Kong, a while back, Very, very weird. How are they going to set that up? Why didn't he mention to Slade this whole time from last season? Everything Slade did, he killed his mother. Why would you not mention, hey, Shadow's alive? I seen her. She's not dead. You can go get her. He never mentioned it. Why? We'll find out, I hope. We will find out because, what is the reason why he would keep that a secret? Why would he keep her being alive a secret? So, kind of like what way he initially kept, what's her name? I can't remember her name now. Sarah. I was completely blanking. Sarah. She was, we all thought she was dead, but then she turns out she's alive. And it seemed like, Oliver knew she was alive, that whole time. From the flashbacks anyway. I mean, unless I'm forgetting something. So now it's like he seems like he knows. Well, it seems like Shadow's alive, and we all thought she was dead. And now, why was he keeping that a secret? And so it's very cool. I mean, I can't wait to see what they do with that and how they explain that. But yeah, guys. Man, and Oliver sees Ray Palmer and Felicity together, and there's a little bit of jealousy there, it's very, very fascinating. This episode was okay, like I said. We'll see what they do next week. Hopefully, the next week episode will be great. I can't wait to see where they go to the end with this, because they got like a handful of episodes left, 6 or 7 or something. So we're coming down to the end. They're going to have to do something, They're going to have to do to do something more. Something big is coming. I think they're trying to set up some stuff. for the bigger stuff at the end. Also, before I forget, the villain in this episode was kind of weak too. The murmur guy with the stitches. I mean, it didn't. I don't know. He just didn't do it for me. He wasn't all that great. Wasn't really. It was like, wow, that guy was badass. It's just like, nah. I don't know. I wasn't feeling that character. But hopefully, they'll lead to more. To the end, to find out what happened, because I think there's a lot of stuff that's going to happen at the end here that's going to be an awesome season ending for Arrow. But because we still got stuff with Palmer. I mean, Ray Palmer, what's he going to do? Captain Lance, that's another thing. Captain Lance is basically bailing now on the Arrow. He's pissed. They got lied to about Sarah, which is understandable. But I think it was a little ridiculous that he's just going to bail and he's pissed, and he knew. I mean, Sarah knew what she was getting into, but it seems like he's now pissed at Laurel, and it didn't seem. I don't know. It just seems. I don't know. I mean, I understand he's mad, but it's just strange to me. It really is strange, and I don't really care. I mean, I figured they were going to go this route, that he was going to turn. I think I said that in like another video. I figured that's what was going to happen. So I'm not surprised. But it just seems a little bitchy on his part too. I don't know. But yeah, guys, a lot of stuff happening in this week's episode. It was okay. I thought it was okay. There were some negatives. The one negative I had that I can remember was when Oliver, Captain Lance says to him, what are you waiting around for? Thank you? And he's like, I don't do this for thank yous. And then he shoots his arrow up into the sky and just flies off. And I'm like, where is he going? Where did he attach that arrow to? I mean, there's nothing in sight, no buildings or not. I didn't see anything. I mean, it's just weird. That was just that was hilarious. That was one thing, that I can remember. I mean, there's probably some other things, but, yeah, guys, it just, I don't know. This episode was okay. A lot of stuff crammed, but hopefully we will get, a great episode next week. But let me know in the comments below, guys, what you thought of this week's episode. Also, like and support, or subscribe. Appreciate that support. But that's going to do it for me, guys, for this week's Arrow. Glad to be back. I am Chris for Christopher's Entertainment Blog. Thanks a lot, guys. Take it easy.